matchup between the number 15 Unioto Shermans and the number 11 River Valley Vikings from the beautiful Convocation Center at Ohio University. You'll be able to see this regional semifinal live and free on the OH Report right here next.
You're watching high school tournament basketball 100% live and free thanks to all of our generous sponsors. Please support those who support your local athletes.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
On me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up.
Welcome you inside the Mathews family of dealerships pregame show. I am Josh Banks alongside Mark Bollinger for some Sweet 16 basketball here in D4 in the state of Ohio, Mark.
Oh, yeah, we're excited. This is the first time we've been able to cover River Valley for a while here. You know, 4th district title in school history. 2025 version has taken the path to Athens, and here we are on the campus of Ohio University in the Convocation Center, and we are ready for some hoops, and let's see if the Vikings can get it done and advance to the Elite Eight.
Can they keep it rolling and make it an Elite Eight berth on Sunday right back here at the Convocation Center? They're going to have to go through a very talented Unioto squad whose record says exactly what they are. They're 23-3.
Well, they're 23-3, but I think when you take a deeper dive into them, you look at their conference schedule, their non-conference schedule, and I think this is a team that's a little bit overrated. I think River Valley comes in here and plays well. The Vikings will be able to take care of business with no problem whatsoever. River Valley has a lot of advantages tonight, and some of the things that River Valley does really well are big weaknesses for Unioto, and I think that's going to be a big trouble spot for the Shermans, and we'll talk about that as we get into more of the pregame show.
Well, let's go ahead and jump into more of that pregame show and talk about those Unioto Shermans led by head coach Matt Hoops. Again, they're 23-3. They finished 13-1. They get a big win over Waverly in the district championship game. They average 63.3 points per game, only allowing 45.2, and they're looking for their 9th consecutive victory here tonight.
Well, they're an interesting squad because there are a lot of people down here in the southeastern Ohio that never expected Unioto to be here. As you said, they won big in the district finals against Waverly, but it was Waverly who pulled the upset of the tournament down here. Everybody was anticipating it would be Jackson High School that would be playing against River Valley tonight. Waverly played the best game they played all year. They had a freshman who made a buzzer beater to win that district semifinal game, and then Waverly gets to the championship game, kind of plays the way they had most of the season, and Unioto takes care of business. That's how Unioto got here. They had a pretty easy path to get here, but again, now that they're here, all you've got to do is play your best tonight, and that's what they're going to have to do, though, if they're going to win.
And the gentleman that you talked to me about that's going to have to play his best for the Unioto tonight is Blake Fitch. He's the point guard for him. He's a junior, and he averages 13.1 points per game.
Yeah, Blake is the guy that's going to have the ball in his hands as much as possible for Unioto. So he ended up being the SVC, Scioto Valley Conference Player of the Year. Point guard, 5'11", gets a lot of stuff done for them as far as scoring and distributing. Now, one thing that I really like about him is that he has the willingness to penetrate and try to get to the basket. He is a guy that is so crucial, though, because he handles the ball pretty well. A lot of the other perimeter players for Unioto, when I was watching game films, were turnover prone. If the ball is not in Fitch's hands, look for the Vikings to be able to force some turnovers and get out in transition and get layups. And we know what River Valley does with live ball turnovers.
They do it very, very well. They run and jump extremely well. And let's go ahead and talk about River Valley.
Well, one more thing quickly to add about Blake Fitch is he doesn't shoot it real well from the perimeter, which is a little bit surprising. But if he can get contact and get foul calls, and that's what's going to be interesting tonight. River Valley is extremely physical. They hand check. We've seen it all year, and we've said all year long, if they get an officiating crew that calls the hand check, River Valley's going to be in trouble. That could pose a problem tonight if those calls are made, because last year Blake Fitch set a school and SVC record, making 90% of his free throws, almost 91%. This year he struggled. He's only at 81%. So he can shoot it well from the free throw line. The Vikings can't let him get there.
Speaking of those River Valley Vikings, let's go ahead and talk about a little Mr. Bollinger. They are led by head coach Rodney Brown. The first time they've been to regional since 07. They're 23-2, outright MOAC champs, and they're looking to win number 17 in a row.
Well, they are on a roll. You know, the Vikings started out the season with a couple of wins, and then they went to Pleasant, lost in that shocker over there, rallied back, won 5 in a row before they lost on the road at Bishop Watterson. But since then, it has been perfection. They are on a roll. They are playing so well throughout the season. The last couple of tournament games, though, they haven't played as well as we've seen them play. They haven't shot it as well. Look for River Valley to bounce back. They're due to have one of those games where they just explode.
And they average 68.9 points a game. They allow 46.2. They shoot 54% from 2. 35% is what they've dropped to from beyond the arc since the tournament run started, and they're still sitting at 69% from the line. Mark, I want to say at one point this year, they were sitting right around 41% from 3.
Well, yeah, they've shot it really well early in the season, especially from the three-point line. But tonight's going to be a little bit different of a challenge. You know, River Valley was on a stretch there before they played last Sunday at Otterbein, where they hadn't played on the road for about 3 weeks. Now you get down here to Ohio University, and things are a little bit different. Now, this is not as extreme for all of you, I'm going to say old-timers, people who've played in the past, River Valley fans from the past. When you've played at the Fairgrounds Coliseum in Columbus, you understand the shooting background. You have about 150 to 200 feet of just dead space behind the baskets, and it is a shooter's nightmare many times there. This isn't as bad with the way the convocation is set up. The Convocation Center is set up. There's some, a little bit of shooting background that's not seats, but not as bad as the Coliseum, but it is different than a high school gym. So we'll see how the Vikings shoot it tonight from three-point range.
And our player spotlight for the Vikings is the youngest player in the starting lineup. It's none other than sophomore Carter Myers. He leads the team in points per game and rebounds per game, and he also averages an assist as well.
Well, I think the reason that Carter is going to be so important tonight is he has the best matchup. When you look at Unioto, they play 4 small guards. They're all 5'10", 5'11", or smaller. Several of them go about 145, 150 pounds, not real strong and physical. But their one inside player is KB Perkins. He's about 6'5". He's coming off of a knee surgery. Wasn't even sure he was going to play this season. He's a baseball recruit, good pitcher. But I think Carter Myers has a huge advantage tonight because with Osting and Myers, one of the smaller guys for Unioto is going to have to guard Myers. Look for the Vikings to possibly get him in on the block and just go to work. And then when River Valley goes smaller, when Osting comes out, Eli Snyder, Hudson Pollock, Luke Axline comes in, that's going to force Perkins to have to guard Myers. With the knee injury, Perkins isn't the most athletic, mobile guy, and I think Myers is going to be able to blow by him. I think we might get a couple of dunks tonight, and we are definitely going to get a couple of blocks out of Carter Myers.
And I tell you what, one thing we've seen at Otterbein in their district championship win was their ability. Chase Ebert, our spotlight's Carter Myers, but their big difference in that district title game was Chase Ebert's ability to win a one-on-one battle off the dribble and get to the rim. We talked about it that night. If they knock down 3 or 4 more of their triples, they win that game by 30. I don't expect them to have a third consecutive game of struggling to shoot the ball from beyond the arc.
Well, yeah, and we've talked all year long, and we were talking, pregame with some other media members and a couple other coaches that we ran into. And, Chase is one of those guys that there are very few point guards in the state of Ohio that can compare to Chase Ebert. He just does it all. He gets everybody involved. He can create off the bounce. He can create off the bounce and score, create off the bounce and dish for an assist. He takes charges. He is the consummate leader. And the thing that you love most about Chase is River Valley hasn't been in the situation much this year. But if they're in a close game, he is a kid that always seems to make the plays. He has no fear whatsoever. He has that attitude of just give me the ball, get the heck out of my way. I've got this. And that's the way his team responds then because they see that fearlessness and then they play with it as well.
Well, and their unselfishness, something we've seen all year and we talked about all year. Ebert's ability to get in the lane, Chase Smith's ability to get in the lane, and then you've got the guys coming off the bench, Eli Snyder, Luke Axline, all these guys that come off the bench and contribute. It's really hard to beat a team that has 5 solid basketball players, but when you've got 7, even 8 like the Vikings do, it makes it even more difficult.
Well, and that's another huge advantage tonight for River Valley is the bench depth is so much better than Unioto's. They struggle when they go to the bench. It is a significant drop-off, which is why even Perkins, with his knee injury, still plays almost every minute because when they go to the bench, things go south in a hurry for the Shermans.
So, folks, we got 2:45 left till tip-off. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about our keys to victory. We'll have the starting lineups, and then we'll have a Sweet 16 tip-off right here from the Convocation Center on the beautiful Ohio University campus. Oh, and don't forget, it's live and free on the OH Report.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let 'em know, tell 'em we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, we come to slay. Let 'em know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant.
back inside the Mathews family of dealerships pregame show. Joshua Banks alongside Mark Bollinger. And how about the freshman, Evie Valentine from New Lexington? Beautiful rendition of our Star Spangled Banner just now.
That's one of the best ones I've ever heard. Amazing.
So, Mark, we're ready. We've got 8 minutes on the game clock. We're going to send it down to the floor. We're going to let you guys hear the starting lineups. And then as soon as they're done with those lineups, Mark and I are going to come back with our keys to victory. And then, folks, it's going to be time for tip.
Your assistant approved on board control. Our officiating team this evening, Kyle Gilmore, Chase Hines, and Adrian Williams. They combined for 75 years of basketball officiating experience. The athletes, coaches, and officials are guests of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. You're requested to regard them as such and so treat them in keeping with the ideals of good sportsmanship. Remember, just as you expect sportsmanship on the court, they expect sportsmanship in the stands. And now, if you've been here, you know. If you haven't never been here, you don't need to ask because we tell you what time it is. It is basketball 30. Let's go to our starting lineups. First for the Vikings of River Valley. At forward, a 6'5" senior, number 0, Owen Osting. At guard, he's a senior, standing 6'2", number 1, Sawyer Weston. A senior guard at 6'1", number 4, Chase Everts. He's a guard, he's a junior, he's 6 foot tall, he's number 5, Chase Smith. And a sophomore forward standing 6'5", number 11, Carter Myers. Rodney Brown's the head coach, assisted by Scott Copper, Josh Lawyer, Brian Spires, Drew Sickmiller, and Ethan Bell. Now introducing, wearing their home whites, the Shermans of Unioto. A 6'1" senior forward, number 1, Blake Hoops. At forward, he's 6'3", he's a senior, number 2, K.B. Perkins. A 5'11" junior guard, number 3, Blake Fitch. A 5'10" guard who's a senior, number 13, Caden Cutright. And at guard, a 5'9" junior, number 24, Jackson Zickerford.
All right, folks, you've met both lineups. Now, Mark, let's go ahead quickly and get into our keys to victory. First, for Unioto.
Well, I think when you look at Unioto, they have to value the ball. They like to get up and down. If you turn it over against River Valley, you're going to lose. And then make perimeter jumpers. When I've seen them play on film, they've struggled to shoot the ball from the perimeter. If they do that tonight, game over, and it could be over early.
And how about, we're going to jump into action, folks. When we get a second, we'll talk about the keys, but I'm sure Mark's going to bring them up before we even mention them.
We can just talk about it. I mean, it's live ball turnovers into offense and then making some threes. Again, I think if River Valley plays a good, solid game, they're going to take care of business tonight.
As Unioto will have the opening tip. On our premier optometry scoreboard, Fitch has it. He'll pull up and knock it down.
Well,
Fitch.
Good start for Fitch. It's one thing that we had not seen a lot on film, that he can drive his toes in the ground, elevate, and make that mid-range jumper. He usually likes to get all the way to the rim.
Sawyer Weston has it. Spin move. He'll get all the way inside. Float and score. Sawyer Weston, 2-2.
Good start there, and just Weston's strength is going to be a problem tonight for Unioto.
Fitch has it, gets it to Perkins. They're going to double. Gets it to Blake Hoops. Back to Perkins. Up top, that's Cutright. He'll get all the way inside, kick to the corner. No shot, pull up instead, in and out. Owen Osting with the board for RV. Ebert to Chase Smith. Sawyer Weston He'll pull up. No good. Rebound to Perkins.
And I think the Vikings can really get some second chance points if they get the offensive glass, but they didn't crash hard there.
Fitch gets all the way inside. Little spin move. Puts it up. No good. Carter Myers will come away with the board. Sawyer Weston now looking to run. How about the feed to Osting, the big fella? Up and under for 2.
Well, you can do that all night. Run the floor and convert. And you saw early, Fitch is going to take a lot of the shots. Hoops is not real comfortable shooting it, just like the rest of these guys on this Unioto team.
Almost taken away. It'll stay with Unioto. And that's a 3 ball.
Of course, I have to say it, and they have to make it. Cutright usually pulls the trigger from the corner. That time he saw it. Buried the jumper.
It's 5-4 Shermans. Hoops has it. Hoops gets all the way inside, blocked.
And this is the tempo River Valley wants. Let's get out and run.
Chase Smith, no good on the pull-up. And that'll be a foul on Osting.
First foul of the game charged to Owen Osting.
You see River Valley picking up full court. The more you can keep the ball out of Fitch's hands, the better off you're going to be. He likes to handle it on almost every single possession.
Ooh, that might have been off of Unioto right there,
close.
folks.
It looked like it went off the leg. Now you're going to see River Valley pick up more full court pressure. Again, Fitch comes to it. Fitch, SVC Player of the Year, first team All-District in the Southeast District.
Of course, guarded by Sawyer Weston, the best on-ball RV defender RV has. Good feed. 7-4.
Yeah.
Perkins.
Yeah, the Vikings just a little slow on the rotation. Vikings just need to settle in.
Sawyer Weston says, I'll settle in, coach. I got you. He's got 4. Fitch has it for the Shermans.
You live with that.
And he knocks it down. Blake Hoops.
That's okay. That's a shot. If you want to give him that shot and he wants to shoot it from 26 feet, you let him shoot that. He may have made that one. I don't think he's going to make many more.
As Carter Myers is going to draw contact, he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Hoops is an interesting story. Actually, his whole family is. The coach of Unioto is now Matt Combs. Combs was the all-time leading scorer at Unioto, had went away, coached at some different places. Actually, as a player, was on the state runner-up team in '91. Came back as an athletic director and assistant principal, took over the job for Blake Hoops' dad. Now, his dad, you got to love smaller schools. His dad was the football and basketball coach at Unioto. Finally, coach, you can't do both. We're going to, choose one. And so he chose to go the football route. So Combs took over this season.
Doing a great job with the Shermans as Combs is, again, they're 23-3 on the year. Fitch has it. Again, on-ball pressure by Sawyer Weston.
And they're letting him get away with the contact. That's an advantage for River Valley.
Get it down low. KJ Perkins. It's going to get fouled by Carter Myers.
Well, and KB Perkins is all left hand. He loves to go over that right shoulder. I think when he catches, you've got to play him on that side, force him to go back to his right. He's not very comfortable shooting it with his right. Don't let him get over that right shoulder.
As Perkins will go to the line to shoot 2 inside our Ohio Grove free throw zone. The first one's up and good.
Unioto is an outstanding free throw shooting team. They have 4 guys shooting over 70%.
Perkins second. He got it, 2 for 2, and it's a 4-point lead.
Well, what a great start here for Unioto. This is exactly what they needed. gain some confidence, because a lot of people thought this River Valley team was going to come in and be able to take care of business, and that included me.
Chase Smith unable to hit the floater, and then he's going to lose it out of bounds.
Well, and so far, everything Unioto's done has been right in that they haven't turned the ball over against River Valley. Everything's ended in a shot, which is a win for them.
No hoist, another three, and they are 3 for 3 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, a team that hasn't shot it real well is on fire to start. But in talking to some people before the game, from Unioto, that's what we heard too. And another one of their games in the good play, Sawyer Weston.
Weston finds Pollock.
Another game in the tournament, they did the same thing. They came out hot. They shot over 50% the first half from three-point range, and then didn't make another three the rest of the night. The whole second half, they were ice cold, so they're really streaky.
Fitch tries to get inside, kicks it to the corner. That's Sycophus. Perkins back to Fitch, right wing. Fitch now guarded by Ebert. Tries to get inside, turn around, no good. It'll stay with Unioto.
Good defense there by Ebert. That's a shot you can live with as well. If Fitch is going to shoot 12-foot turnaround jumpers contested, it's usually going to be a miss.
We'll stay with Unioto, as that's Isaac Coy that's come into the game for the Shermans. Hudson Pollock also on the floor for River Valley. He had their last bucket.
Again, see if the Vikings can pick up the D.
Great move inside. Couldn't finish it, though.
Missed an easy one. That could come back to haunt you. You have to make layups in this level of the tournament.
Ebert has it. Chase Ebert. We seen him do that all night the other night. He's unable to finish the layup. Great feed. Long pass. Missed opportunity, but it stays with Unioto. Can they start 4-4? They sure can. Timeout, Coach Brown.
Well,
the Unioto Shermans are 4 of 4 from beyond the arc.
The Shermans, I mean, talk about everything going your way. You miss a wide open layup. You somehow get an offensive rebound. You kick out, and you get a three. So instead of a wide open two, you get a three. Everything that could go right for Unioto is going right now. They struggle to shoot it from three-point range, 4 for 4 to start the game. They typically turn the ball over with some frequency, haven't turned it over yet tonight. Those are the kinds of plays so far that have allowed them to get out to this 18-10 lead. For River Valley, you're absolutely fine, fellas. Settle in, take a big deep breath, let the emotions of being on a big stage go to the wayside, settle in and play. You have tons of time left. No reason to panic.
Well, and how about the fact that we still got 2:25 left in the first quarter mark, and it's already a 28-point quarter for these squads.
Well, and with Unioto, I know they average 60-some a game, but they've had some really high-scoring games. When they've played teams that are fairly decent competitive games, they've usually been in the 40s, low 50s. So very hot start, but we'll see if they can keep it up. Smith, deep. Hello, that's what we needed right there.
Chase Smith from downtown.
Big shot in a crucial moment for Smith.
Long pass. It'll go off of Unioto. It'll stay with the Vikings.
Now here's a chance for River Valley to take advantage. Perkins is checking out of the game. Checking in is Dawson Mitchell, 6'7" junior. He's 6'7", has good size, but really struggles. For MOAC fans, he would probably be a JV player on your teams. And when they do that, they usually go zone. See if the Vikings can shoot them out of it.
Chase Ebert, Sawyer Weston. In the corner, Myers back to Ebert. Sawyer Weston will hoist one from deep. Might have been tipped, and it ends up in the hand of Hoops.
Hoops is a lefty.
He's going to pull up and get fouled by Ebert.
And
Chase just didn't let him land.
Just some uncharacteristic plays by River Valley. Chase usually does a good job of contesting without fouling, and Hoops was able to draw that foul.
1:28 left here in the first quarter, 18-13. Unioto with the advantage as he knocks down the first.
Jack Welch into the game for the first time.
When we talked about the free throw percentages for Unioto, Hoops shoots 73% on the year. Fitch at 81, Zikafu 75, Cutright 73, Hoops 73. So if those four guys get the free throw line, they're going to do damage. And typically River Valley does a good job of playing defense without fouling.
And they're doing a good job so far here as they've only committed 3 fouls.
But it's led to 5 free throws, all of them made.
Chase Ebert gets it across. Chase Smith has it.
Again, they're in the zone now. Unioto goes to the zone when they sub.
Skip pass, Chase Smith in the corner. No good. And Hoops comes away with the board, gets it to Fitch.
Well, River Valley ran the flare screen against the zone. Was able to get Smith the wide open look, just didn't finish.
Fitch in the lane, no good. Offensive rebound blocked.
There's the block.
There's the first one for Myers. Ebert's going to look to run. Gets it to Weston. Sawyer Weston floats. He'll get fouled, and he's going to shoot 2.
And that's inexperience there by Dawson Mitchell. He did a good job of stepping over, was completely squared up to Sawyer, but he jumped and moved forward instead of just staying straight up.
Extend, don't go into him, though. You're 6'7". Extend the arms straight up, and you're going to get a chance.
Right, rule verticality. You have that space above you as your space, but he jumped into him. Now a chance for Sawyer to cut into this lead.
Free throws up and good.
Both teams perfect from the stripe so far. See if Weston can finish this. Get the Vikings back within 6.
And he does. 49.1 left in quarter number 1. Vikings trail by 6.
Well, and now with the play there by Mitchell and trying to get Perkins a breather here at the end of the quarter, Unioto goes small here. See if River Valley responds by countering and putting Myers on the block. There's nobody out there that's within 2-3 inches of him and has his leaping ability. So see if the Vikings can take advantage on the offensive end.
Unioto looking like they're going to hold for 1 shot here to end the quarter. Hoops gets by Weston, kicks it in the corner. That's Fitch.
Fitch is comfortable with the ball. If some of the other guys get to it, look for River Valley to really pressure, maybe cause a turnover here off one of these other players.
Long has it. Back to Fitch. 15 left. We're inside of 10. 21-15 Unioto. Blake Fitch almost has it taken away by Myers. Kicks to the corner. And a layup's good. Uncontested. And it's 23-15 Shermans after 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back for the second quarter after this commercial break.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Josh Banks alongside Mark Bollinger back inside the Convocation Center where the Unioto Shermans have an 8-point advantage over the River Valley Vikings after 1.
Well, Unioto played basically the perfect quarter. They had no turnovers. They were able to shoot the ball well, 4 of 5 from 3, and that's probably the poorest defensive quarter we've seen out of River Valley. They not only weren't getting pressure on the basketball, they were giving up open driving lanes without guys helping. But again, you're only down 8. We've seen this River Valley team. They can absolutely explode. And I thought we had a tip on that.
We're looking at the replay right now. It was definitely tipped.
Yeah, I thought that was a tip. That should have stayed River Valley ball. But again, you're only down 8. You have 3 quarters to play. Settle in and relax. You're absolutely fine. Look for them to run some special sets to get the looks they want. But first thing they have to do is start getting some stops on the defensive end.
And Osting almost came away with the steal. That should have been a travel as he did walk. Ebert can't come away with it.
You see the Vikings picking up the intensity on the defensive end.
But Fitch from 10.
And it was open. Usually the Vikings do a good job of getting contesting the shots. Another open jumper.
Sawyer Weston inside, but Chase Smith answers.
Good play by Smith. Yeah, Vikings really starting to amp it up. 2 possessions here, and you've seen the intensity increase on the defensive end.
As Carter Myers gets a hand on that pass, and the starters will come back on the floor for Unioto.
Carter he used this bottom hand there. If he uses that top hand,
he's able to keep that in.
He keeps it in, and he goes down and finishes with the flush. Just the wrong hand in the passing lane, so it goes out of bounds instead of being a turnover into a dunk. Unioto has to be really happy as well. They were able to sit KB Perkins for about 3 minutes.
Yes, and stay ahead. Osting steps over and rejects it. Owen Osting with the help defense.
See if the Vikings can go on one of those patented runs we've seen all season long.
Carter Myers from
sir.
downtown.
Again, he can stretch the defense. He has the matchup advantage all night long in this situation because of his athletic ability.
Unioto with it. That's Sikafus. That's Hoops. Hoops going to get all the way inside. Extra pass. We're going to look at that one again as well because I feel like that went off of Unioto. It looked like Chase Smith might have got his left hand on it.
Yeah. But again, we're just a half step off right now. One more half step there. Chase slides down, help the helper. He gets in there. That pass never gets through, and it's even deflected out of bounds. That should have been a turnover, River Valley ball.
Little screen the screener there.
And there you go.
Osting.
And you go again. Perkins cannot go to his right. He can't go over his left shoulder. Great job by Osting.
Fitch gets it.
You're starting to see River Valley's aggressiveness pushing Unioto farther and farther from the basket. This is the River Valley team we're used to seeing on the defensive end.
Crossover kick to the corner. No good, but rebound ends up in the hands of Chase Ebert. Ebert behind the back, and they're going to call him for a carry, and that's absolutely the correct call. I don't know. I think he bounced it high. I don't know that was a carry.
He got his hand on top of it or not. It just feels like, it's a 3-0, but it just feels like River Valley's going to go on one of those runs.
Gets it into Fitch.
I just don't think Unioto can continue to shoot this well and be this efficient on the offensive end.
That's cut right. Perkins down low. Good side step up and under, and they're going to call Osting for a foul, or that's Ebert. We'll see who they give it to. They're going to give it to Owen Osting. That'll be his first, his second. Hoops with 9 points, looking to get into double figures here. He'll knock down the first, and that'll put him in double figures. Blake Hoops, the first one in double figures tonight.
Well, and we talked in the pregame about he's like a second scorer for them. He only averages 11 a game, so he's got a chance to get his average here with 5.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Yes, absolutely, and he's knocked down a couple big shots from the corner. The lefty's done everything right And he'll knock down both free throws to re-extend this lead to 7.
And again,
Sawyer Weston.
Token full court pressure here, just matching up.
Sawyer kicks it in the corner to Eli Snyder. Snyder gets it down low. Chase Smith up and through. No call. Good defense by Perkins.
Yeah, Perkins is not going to jump. He's not going to leave his feet with the knee injury. He's just not comfortable doing that. He's just going to stay straight up and make you shoot over him.
Perkins gets a screen, kicks it to Cutright, and how about it? Caden Cutright.
Well, just when I thought the Vikings were set to make a run, all of a sudden it opens back up. And
Eli Snyder with an answer.
Whew, that was big. Down 10. Big shot by Eli. Huge possession there.
Dribble penetration by Ebert, kicks to the corner, and Snyder knocks down the big shot.
I love the confidence. Really doubles the ball screen. There's
That's
the
going
turnover.
to cause a steal.
Here we go. Get out and
Sawyer
run.
Weston's got it. He's looking to run. He'll go all the way inside. Sawyer Weston's got 8.
That's the game right there. Turn them over and go. 5-0 run for River Valley. So the lead gets to 10. River Valley answers.
Fitch in the corner, cut right back to Fitch. Fitch all the way inside. They're going to double again, and another turnover. River Valley, but Chase Smith turns it right back over, trying to get it to Eli Snyder. It'll be a timeout. Unioto, a 10-7 quarter for the Vikings.
Well, yeah, Unioto was able to get it up to a 30-20 lead, and then Eli Snyder, huge shot from the corner. His first attempt of the night, I believe, and he buries the 3 ball, and then they get the next one to go on a 5-0 run here.
Well, and how about the fact that, a 5-point game right now, and Unioto is shooting 71% from 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we talked about in the pregame. Is this a team that typically doesn't shoot it that well from the perimeter, and they're shooting 71%. If I'm Coach Brown, I'm telling my guys, we are in great spot. You're down 5, and they've played the best they can play, and we haven't.
They have not played. The defensive intensity has turned up here in quarter number 2. They're running and jumping that corner, something we've seen them do all year, which has now forced 2 consecutive Sherman's turnovers. As soon as they run and jump that corner, they're trying to throw it cross court, and they've thrown it right to River Valley players both times. But they have to continue to convert off of those turnovers.
Yeah, value the basketball. Possessions are so critical when you get into close games. And we haven't seen River Valley in close games. They've just dominated so much that we haven't had to, we haven't seen them have to make plays and value the ball on every single possession.
3:40 left here in the half. Fitch has it. Up top, that's Hoops. Wants to get it down low to Perkins, and he will, guarded by Myers.
Again, tries to go that way.
And it gets poked out of his hands by Snyder. Gets it to Ebert. Ebert tried to get it to Snyder, and it's another River Valley turnover. Fitch has it. Fitch going to look to get inside. He's unable to finish. Sawyer Weston has it now. Sawyer Weston tried to throw one off the backboard. Coach Brown not going to be happy with that pass.
Bad decision. Bad decision there by Sawyer.
A bounce pass there leads to a layup, and it's now a 3-point game.
Be fundamental and go finish. A lot of contact, no call.
They're letting them play. Hoops gets to that left hand, gets inside, no finish, can't finish. Chase Smith has it, and that'll be a kicked ball. But I'll tell you what, Mark, they are letting these boys play basketball tonight.
Yeah, and now as the game goes on, we're starting to see the Unioto that we've seen on film where they struggle to finish, don't shoot it well. Shot goes up, nobody offensive rebounding. Vikings just need to capitalize. Get a basket here, get it back to a 1-possession game.
Chase Ebert has it. Gonna get a screen from Myers. Nobody out there with him. He'll hoist. No good. But a rebound comes to Sawyer Weston, and Sawyer Weston is the first Viking into double figures. Oh, and how about 3 assists to go along with it?
Well, good start for Sawyer. Big play there. And again, we're back to 30-27.
Fitch almost had it taken away by Smith. Back up top. Fitch gets to that right hand. Turns, pulls up. Fitch unable to convert. Chase Smith comes down with the rebound. He had Ebert, didn't see him in time. Carter Myers will float. Basket's good. How about hoop and a harm for Mr. Carter Myers?
Now we're talking. Vikings are starting to cook, and the Unioto team that we expected we're starting to see here in the second half of the second quarter.
Carter Myers with a chance to step to the line and tie this game up and make it a 10-0 Vikings run.
This is more of what we were expecting. Now if Carter can just step up here and bury this.
Carter 2 of 2 so far on the night. Make it 3 of 3. And we're all squared away at 30 apiece.
What a big response by River Valley, down 30-20, and it started with the Snyder 3-ball.
Ebert almost comes away with it. Hoops. And we're going to get a timeout.
Well, again, you know, we talk about the left-handed player, Perkins, in the post. Same thing with Hoops. He is so dominant left-handed. He really struggles to go right, and you can pressure him. We saw it over and over. These guys, other than Fitch, will turn the ball over. Now River Valley's defense is starting to get amped up. They're going to continue to create these turnovers.
Well, and I was talking with some people, some of the guys here at the Convocation Center. The last couple games we've seen RV have very slim leads at half. You know, against Eastmore, they were up 3. They haven't played their best basketball in the first half, really this whole tournament, other than against Cristo Rey. They're in a game now where you had a team come out and punch you in the mouth, and you have responded. Now continue that response, answer, get yourself a lead, and now you don't look back.
Right, and again, it goes back to, I'm sure Coach Brown was telling them in the huddle, listen, fellas, this is the best they can play. They're going to come back down to earth, and we've seen that. Unioto coming back down to playing the way we expected. Vikings really causing all kinds of fits here on the defensive end with their pressure.
Jackson Zickafoos has it for Unioto. Gets it to Cutright.
Again, the Vikings switching that screen. Looks like Unioto is going to try to run some clock here. They do have the possession arrow. This is one where Chase can pick him right here. There it is.
And Sawyer Weston comes away with the steal. And Weston, basket's good. Hoop and a harm. And there's that River Valley defense that we've seen all year long.
Well, you have a team that is turnover prone. It's just a matter of getting up and pressuring and making them turn it over. And now we have seen it. 12 unanswered for River Valley. Unioto with 5 turnovers in like the last 4 minutes.
And it's the extra ball pressure. It's the run and jump when they put the ball in the corner. It's the switching every ball screen for Fitch. Weston unable to convert the free throw. And we'll have a foul on Snyder.
But a great response again from River Valley. 12 unanswered to roar back here and take a 32-30 lead.
As Luke Axline checks in, replacing Smith. Remember, Luke Axline hit the huge 3 against Eastmore to give him that 3-point lead going into the half.
Yeah. And again, River Valley keep the ball out of Blake Fitch's hands as much as possible. And now Axline will pick him up. If the ball gets to Hoops, I'm telling you, Chase Ebert's going to pick his pocket and create another turnover.
Cutright has it up top to Fitch. Want to get it down low to Perkins with the Axline on him. Ebert slides over, help side.
Well, and that's where Unioto's just not confident. They had to skip to the corner shooter, and they just weren't willing to throw it to that guy because they just aren't the best in that area.
They'll get it down to Perkins. He's unable to finish. Comes up with his own board, and he'll get a hoop and a harm. KB Perkins.
Well, that's all he does for this team is just works the glass and works the post area. He missed the easy one, went and got it, and then was able to go back and finish it. But again, he's going to that left side every single time. Don't let him get there.
It's a bonus, KB Perkins.
Perkins looking for point number 7 on the evening. He will get it, as boy do they shoot it from the stripe very well.
Now you're okay, so now you're subbing. So Perkins is coming out. Dawson Mitchell comes in, which means Unioto's going zone. Anytime Mitchell comes in the game, they go 2-3 zone.
Chase Smith back into the game. You see the pass to Smith. Weston in the high post.
River Valley get the last shot here. Unioto gets to start the second half unless we have a jump ball. Get
Weston.
the last shot.
Carter Myers, no good. Rebound, and Unioto now can hold for 1.
Yeah, I don't like that shot selection.
No good. Weston with the rebound. Gets it to Myers and throws it away, and Unioto will have a chance with 1.2 remaining.
Offense for defense subs here by both teams. Dawson goes out of the game, cut right, comes back in. Smith will check out.
Axline back in.
The ball's going to go to Fitch.
Yes, it is. 1.2 left. Enough time for a dribble and a shot.
River Valley, good job on that.
And no good. After 1 half of play, Unioto 33, River Valley 32. We'll be back for halftime stats and analysis after this commercial break.
You're watching high school tournament basketball 100% live and free thanks to all of our generous sponsors. Please support those who support your local athletes.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
back inside. Bringing you live and free action of the Sweet 16 thanks to these generous sponsors. Premier Optometry Group. Premier Optometry helps you keep the game in focus because better vision is our purpose. Mathews Auto Group, the area's #1 dealer with over 800 automobiles currently in stock. Check out Mathews' selection at the link in the description. Arcelor Mittal, smarter steels for people and planet. Hiring now with competitive wages and benefits. Visit ArcelorMittal-OH.com and click careers for more details. Krista Smith, the agency real estate group. Looking to buy or sell? Call Krista Smith at 740-225-2615. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. Pinnacle Building Services. Elevate your professional space with tailored cleaning solutions that promise unmatched quality and reliability. And Spherion Mid-Ohio. Spherion Mid-Ohio is proud to support our local athletes. We know the foundations that make great employees are woven into the teamwork, focus, drive, and perseverance given at each practice and game. Let's get to work. Thank you to the amazing sponsors allowing us to bring you this action live and free. We'll be back for halftime stats and analysis right after this.
You're watching high school tournament basketball 100% live and free thanks to all of our generous sponsors. Please support those who support your local athletes.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
Josh Banks back inside the Convocation Center alongside Mark Bollinger for our Mathews Family of Dealerships halftime show, where the Unioto Shermans have a 1-point advantage over the Vikings of River Valley in what was a perfect first half played by Unioto. Mark.
Well, perfect first 12 minutes. You know, they came out and they made shots. They, were making threes. They were not turning the ball over, doing a real good job of doing the things that we thought that River Valley was going to be able to take advantage of. And then reality kind of set in. River Valley weathered the storm, then went on a big run, was able to take a 30-20 deficit, cut it back. Now, as you said, trailing 33-32 at the half. But good job by River Valley of settling in, getting through that perfect first 12 minutes by Unioto. Now you're 16 minutes away. Just settle in and play. You're going to be fine.
You see your halftime stats. Unioto with 5 twos, 5 threes, 11 boards, 6 turnovers. Most of those 6 coming in the last 3 minutes. 4 fouls, but they are a perfect 8 of 8 from the stripe. River Valley with 9 twos, 3 threes, 14 boards, an uncharacteristic 5 turnovers, 5 fouls, and they're 5 of 6 from the stripe.
Well, you know what jumps out at you is the first half numbers. Unioto only shot 38.5% from the floor, but shot 71% from 3. Again, they were missing layups, but they went 5 of 7 from 3. And then on the flip side for River Valley, they shot 37% from behind the three-point line, 50% from the floor, so shooting the ball pretty efficiently. But the big thing for River Valley, multiple live ball turnovers in that late second part of the second quarter. But what we have seen is usually River Valley converts those into points. Tonight, on 2 or 3 possessions, they turned it right back over. They missed a couple layups. One, we tried to throw it off the backboard pass. So, again, at this juncture, when you get to regional play, and I have not made I have not shied away from my opinion on this. When you get to the 7 divisions, things are a little bit watered down. Here's the reality. The tournament has started now for River Valley. The first 3 games, Cupcake City. Now the tournament has started. You have to value every single possession because you don't want that one bad possession to come back and haunt you at the end. River Valley, come out, get a stop, go down, get a score, take the lead, and roll from there.
Exactly what the Vikings need to do, and we are underway. Third quarter action. Unioto will start with the ball. Cut right has it, guarded by Smith. Fitch now. Gonna look to get inside. Great feed inside. It's knocked away by Chase Smith, and it'll stay with Unioto. But there's early going, the active hands for the Vikings.
Well, good play by Fitch there in dishing it off. Perkins had it. The help side defender came in and dug that out.
Gets it up top. That's Hoops. Hoops, who had a very good first half, spins, turns, lays it up, and it's no good. Rebound will go off of looks like it went off of Owen Osting.
Yeah. Well, and you've seen Hoops kind of start to play the way we expected him to play. He was just absolutely amazing the first few minutes. Now he's struggling a little bit, not finishing. We kind of saw in some of the game films we watched them. He's, one of those kids that plays a little bit of an edge, and sometimes that can be a bad thing.
Perkins down low to Fitch. Up top, back to KB. To cut right, back up top to Fitch.
Now this is actually a good possession for Unioto, taking some time off, making River Valley guard. See if the Vikings, though, can finish it with a defensive stop. Yeah, Perkins is not going to shoot that. Osting doesn't have to close out there. He can just stay home and help.
And we'll have a foul call.
Well, if you can hear it in the background, we hear that some River Valley fans booing. But in reality, the officiating has been perfect for River Valley. The physicality and letting them play, that plays right into River Valley's hands. So Coach Brown, coaching staff, River Valley Nation, don't be upset with the officiating. This is exactly what you need the game to be called like for you to have the best chance to win.
And Cutright keeps the Shermans a perfect 9 of 9 from the line.
Yeah, they came in shooting the ball extremely well from the free throw line, and they continue to do it.
Knocks down both. They're 10 for 10 from the charity stripe.
Well, Unioto did what they needed to do. They scored on their first possession, took a minute 15 off the clock, and now we see some full court pressure. Something River Valley hasn't seen much of throughout the season.
Hoops. To Fitch. And they're just going to run more clock. They want the same possession they just had to start this quarter.
Well, they're just trying to open up the floor and isolate.
Hoops looks to get inside, and Apparently the whistles aren't as tight this half to start.
Well, yeah, I mean, and just the helper, I think it was Owen Osting, slid over and got him on his arm. But again, knowing the game plan, you had a player in hoops that is just going to drive it left every single time he catches it. Now with the substitution here, River Valley's matching up more with Unioto with this lineup. Myers slides over to Perkins. Snyder comes in, and another foul. There's 3 quick fouls here in the half for the Vikings. But Snyder slides over to a perimeter player. So Coach Brown matching up with Unioto.
And if you're Coach Brown and the Vikings, 3 quick fouls, not even 2 minutes into the half, when they're 10 of 10 is not what you want.
Right, but I do like the fact that the Vikings at least seem to be a little bit more aggressive on the ball this half. That first quarter was a struggle, but they started getting better pressure on the basketball, forcing the dribble drive, out of control dribbler.
And it's the helps there. Most of these fouls have come from that backside guy that's extending the arm.
Just a half step too slow yet. But it's okay because, again, Unioto will turn the ball over on these dribble drives or missed layups. Continue to force the action. 2-2-1 press. Vikings handle it. Open shooter.
No good. Chase Smith can't knock it down. Hoops comes out with it. In the corner, that's cut right.
Picked up his dribble. It's dead ball. Get the turnover.
Ebert unable to come away with it. Has Hoops. Hoops gets all the way inside. Kicks it to Fitch. Fitch keeps the dribble. Gets a screen from Perkins. Weston guarding him.
There's a lot of bumping and physicality there.
Not even a count. That whole possession when Fitch had the ball.
Well, I think he broke the count and extended again.
Perkins has it. Perkins gets a screen. Back up top, Fitch will shoot a 3-ball and bury it.
Wide open.
Fitch for 3.
They ran Fitch as the screener there for the big, and then he popped, and River Valley miscommunicated. Nobody closed out. Big
Carter
shot.
Myers, he knocks it down. There's your answer. Timeout, Coach Rodney Brown.
There have been some timely 3-point shots by River Valley's underclassmen. Down 30-20, Eli Snyder buries a huge 3. Now down 40-32. Carter Myers buries another big 3.
And he is the second Viking into double figures with 11. A stop, a score, and a stop. And it's a 1-possession game, Mark.
And just, again, just keep hanging in. Just keep hanging in. Play it possession by possession. One thing that jumps out at you, Chase Ebert has not yet scored tonight. See if the Vikings look to do something in their offensive sets here to create some space to get Chase one-on-one or coming off of a ball screen, because all season long we've talked about how good he is coming downhill off the dribble drive. We haven't seen him be able to do that yet. See if the Vikings can put him in a position that he can do that.
Shout out all 1,100 of you watching live and free Sweet 16 action on this Thursday night.
Quick halftime score up at Bowling Green. Gates Mills Hawkins 35, Elida 30. Elida knocked out Shelby in the district finals. Gates Mills Hawkins pulled the huge upset over Youngstown Ursuline. Find their way to the Division 4 Sweet 16.
Backdoor gets it. That's Hoops. Hoops guarded by
Going
Weston.
left shoulder, right shoulder, back to his left hand. Good job. Sit on that right shoulder.
Weston gets it. Myers steps over, and 2 shots coming for KB Perkins. As Snyder again just a half step late, trying to get back to the help side.
The Vikings are trying to put so much pressure on the ball that they're opening their hips up and allowing the dribble drive. instead of forcing a player towards the sideline. An open hip allows the ball handler to get a straight line drive. You cannot give up straight line drives or you're going to get scored on all night.
And they remain perfect from the stripe. Luke Axline replaces Eli Snyder, who just picked up his third personal.
Well, they've made 13 in a row. I'm going to call it a miss here.
Announcer Jinx comes through for the Vikings. They're 13 of 14.
I'm doing what I can to help the blue and gold.
Down low to Myers. Myers gets it to Chase Smith. I almost said Carson Smith. I almost called his brother out.
Good curl cut there. Quick three. Rebound and go.
Weston comes away with it. Nobody's going to step in front of him, though. Sawyer Weston is going to float. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Now River Valley a chance to make it a one-possession game again.
And bad decision on the offensive end by Unioto. You're up 4. Again, you've controlled the pace, controlled the tempo. Firing a quick three is exactly what River Valley wants you to do. They rebound and they go. A lot of times those quick missed threes are just like turnovers.
Sawyer Weston will knock down the first, and the Vikings are shooting a high percentage from the line as well.
6 of 7 on the night, and Sawyer's having himself a night.
13 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds.
And no fouls. As physical as he's played, no fouls.
Misses number 2, though. It's still a one-possession ball game, 41-38 inside of 4 minutes. Fitch.
See if Unioto goes back to that little on big elbow screen with Perkins. Last time they ran it, they were able to get the switch. Fitch was able to get the open three.
Perkins going to go to the corner.
That's not a guy you're going to isolate. Yeah, you're not going to be able to put the ball on the floor and beat Chase Ebert off the bounce.
Hoops to Perkins, back to Fitch. Fitch, they're just going to look to eat as much clock as they can.
Oh, they're just spreading River Valley out and trying to drive it. Now River Valley switches it. Again, when the ball's not in Fitch's hands, you can do work, though, on the defensive end.
Perkins is going to get all the way inside. You let him get to that right shoulder, and he finished.
Every time he catches, he's going right shoulder. You've got to jump the right shoulder and bring him back to his right hand.
Foul go on Myers. That's his second. Team 5th. So for the final 3:18, they're shooting. Missed 2 in a row, though. 43-38. Chase Smith has it for River Valley. Little floater off the glass, no good. Trying to get the board. Ends up on the floor. Carter Myers is going to rip at it. And it'll be Unioto basketball.
I thought that was River Valley
It looks
ball.
like it, from our vantage point, it's hard to see on the replay. It looked like it was off of Fitch. But officials are down there. They're closer than us. 2:59 left in the third quarter, 43-38.
Now the rest of this quarter, if you're Unioto,
attack.
You spread the floor and attack one-on-one, and you're either going to get to the basket or draw a foul with the way they've been playing. River Valley, we talked about this I did on my podcast, playing without fouling, guarding without fouling, because Unioto is so good from the free throw line.
In the corner, extra pass, that's Hoops. Kicks it in the corner, wide open, 3 ball, Jack Welch. And it's an 8-point ball game.
Again, just slow on the rotation. There we go,
Chase Ebert with an answer. Chase Ebert, coast to coast.
River
There's
Valley
2 more.
So uncharacteristic tonight, just defensive breakdowns. This is a game, you're in a situation for River Valley where you can't try to outscore this team. They've got confidence now. You've got to get stops.
Weston will pull up from 3, no good. Hoops comes away with the rebound for Unioto.
I wouldn't be surprised if they take the last shot here if they don't get a layup.
Minute 30 left. 90 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3 and an 8-point advantage. Fitch going to look to get that layup. Kicks it out to Perkins.
Almost got the turnover. Myers doing a good job of knowing the scouting report. Baseline drive. Ball's going to go to the opposite corner.
Coy with the spin move. No good. But an offensive rebound and putback attempt. And that'll be Jack Welch going to the line to shoot 2.
So what's happening is the way Unioto is spreading River Valley out, and with River Valley being behind, they missed the layup, but River Valley has so many guys out of position because they're spread out that when the dribble drive went in, they didn't slide down to go rebound. They were staying on the perimeter with their guys. It allowed for a one-on-one backside matchup. Unioto wins that, gets the offensive rebound and the made free throw.
It's a 9-point ball game as Hudson Pollock will check in for Luke Axline. Axline now with 2 fouls as well. Unioto looking to make it double digits again.
And look for him to go zone. Here comes the sub, the big 6'7" post sub. And they missed it, so that's going to keep him out of the game.
Ebert.
Big miss there.
Weston. Carter Myers comes back for that one. Chase Ebert. Carter Myers in the corner, left open, short. Hudson Pollock comes away with the board but throws it away. .45 seconds left in quarter number 3, and it's a 9-point Shermans lead.
It will be River Valley basketball to start the 4th. Now they're going to look to maybe double.
Fitch has it guarded by Chase Smith.
Shermans have done a good job of using KB Perkins as a release.
Hoops loses control. Myers comes away with it. Chase Smith will pull up the 3. No good. Carter Myers will get an offensive rebound, and that's going to be a late whistle, but it is the right call. Myers will go to the line to shoot 2.
Again, geez, if I'm Coach Combs, I am so upset right now with hoops. You're up 9. You have the ball with under 20 seconds to go. Why are you shooting the basketball?
Get the last shot, get a
You
layup.
gave River Valley the opportunity here to cut into your lead. I know you're going to get the ball back, but situational basketball, Coach Combs has to be irate.
Myers around the rim. The toilet paper roll falls. 49-41.
Good job by Carter, taking advantage. He has 12 on the night. If he can knock down the free throw, see if River Valley applies some pressure here. Gets them both.
Weston.
The ball's probably not going to leave Fitch's hands.
Weston doing a great job on Fitch, staying in front. Spin move by Fitch. No good on the shot. Who's the foul going to be on?
I think it's going to be on Unioto.
I think it's going to be on Hudson Pollock. They're going to call it on Hudson Pollock of River Valley.
They'll step to the line.
Big free throws here again.
We talked about the physicality. I mean, Sawyer Weston just beat him up that entire possession. No foul call. But now Hoops goes to the line. He took a hard fall. We'll see if it affects his free throws.
First one is smooth.
0.8 left here for River Valley. As we said, River Valley ball to start the 4th. Vikings could use a miss here.
They get it. Myers comes away. He'll huck it. And that'll do it. After 3, Unioto 50, River Valley 42. We'll be back for money time. Can the Vikings come back after this commercial break?
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Josh Banks and Mark Bollinger back inside the Convocation Center where the Vikings trail the Shermans by 8 as we head to money time.
Well, you have 8 minutes to go, down 8. Again, River Valley just make some plays here. I know they've struggled, and where they've struggled on the defensive end. String together some stops. You're going to score here in the fourth. It's just stringing together stops.
Ebert will catch, and Chase Ebert will get fouled. That one will go on Zikafus. His third team first.
And we've been wondering how River Valley would respond when they were in a tight game. Well, here you are. You're down 8. Senior leadership. You've had guys that have been through the battles. Time to step up and make some plays here and bring your team back and advance to Sunday.
Sawyer Weston gets it to Chase Smith. Chase Smith going to look to get inside. Little hop step. Sawyer Weston, nothing doing. Carter Myers.
Plenty of time left. Run good stuff here. Get good shots.
Chase Ebert.
This game has a lot of possessions left. No need to panic.
Myers gets it to Smith.
Vikings just unable to get anything off the dribble drive tonight.
Ebert wants to get it to Myers. He'll throw it up over the top. Carter Myers will go up and get it, and he'll get fouled.
Perkins came in from the backside. Thought he may have got it clean. But Myers with a chance to go back to the free throw line.
Cut this lead to 6 with 2 makes.
And, we talked early about the game Sawyer Weston was having. Gee whiz, look at the scoreboard. Carter Myers makes his 14th, or gets his 14th point. He also has 9 rebounds tonight.
1 board away from a double-double.
The sophomore is playing. Good thing we spotlighted him in the pregame.
He is not playing like a sophomore tonight, Mark.
He is having a game.
He's
Pressure,
got 15.
Nothing to it. Buries 2 more. Back to a 2-possession game. This is where it comes down to everything for River Valley. Get stops.
Perkins tried to set a screen on Weston. Sawyer Weston has done an outstanding job defensively on Fitch. Help comes over. Fitch just ball fake, step through, finish.
Yeah, he split it on that. Get in the gap. You've got to take away the dribble drive first. He was able to split it and score.
Ebert gets it to Myers. Down low to Owen Osting. Osting back to Ebert. Chase Ebert, a pull-up jumper short. No good. Chase hasn't been able to find his shot tonight. And now Fitch has it. 8-point advantage.
Well, and Unioto is probably going to try to shorten the game up just by taking their time on the offensive end, trying to lengthen possessions. If you're Fitch, I think you'd bring it out. Instead, he's going to try to attack and block, basically a turnover.
And it's turned right back over. And then Chase Smith gets a hand on it, and it'll go to River Valley.
So
turnover for turnover for turnover, and River Valley somehow comes away with possession.
Live ball turnovers. River Valley has gotten turnovers. Instead of converting into points, they've been turning it back over. Fortunate there. Chance to cut it to 5 or 6.
Sawyer Weston gets it to Ebert. Chase Ebert.
Zikafus has done a good job on Ebert so far. Oh, good look.
Great find to the big fella,
about.
Owen Osting.
And turnover.
That is an unnecessary pass. If you're Unioto, you're up 6. Now you're giving them the ball on the other side of the floor because that ball was not touched.
It was a live ball.
It was touched, okay. But you're up 6. Now they can cut it to 4, maybe 3.
Yes, River Valley's grateful that you tried to get out and run on that instead of running clock. Oh, break him down, Chase Ebert.
Kicks it in the corner, Sawyer Weston for 3, it's short. Carter Myers has his double-double, though. Sawyer Weston from the free throw line. He's not going to miss another one from there.
Here they come.
It's a 4-point game with 5 minutes to go.
They go on runs. We've seen it all year long.
They already went on a 12-0 run tonight. Fitch. Oh, offensive foul. And how about the guy that stepped in to take it?
You knew it was going to happen at some point.
Fitch frustrated that he's getting all the physical contact, runs right through Ebert, and now they can cut it to 2, maybe 1.
Yeah, getting it done on the defensive ends. And again, you just wonder in close games, does the best team win, the more talented team? The consensus around here was River Valley was by far more talented. Can they finish it off?
Carter Myers gets it to Smith, back to Ebert. Ebert almost has it stolen away. Instead, he finds Sawyer Weston. He finds Chase Smith, 3 ball, nothing but the bottom. It's a 1-point ball game, folks.
River Valley runs 7 in a row.
Chase Smith now into double figures.
And now Ebert's going to take Fitch.
Timeout, Unioto. And it's a 7-0 Vikings run.
Well, we have seen it all season long. This team can just go on runs in a hurry. And Smith had struggled, but another huge 3-ball goes. River Valley back to within 1.
Well, and here's the thing, Mark. We've seen it all night tonight. Unioto's gotten the big lead, and instead of doing what they've done well, which is run time off the clock, dribble drive, and get fouled, they're trying to throw full court passes. They're taking unnecessary shots.
Threes, yep.
And that's the reason that they're only up 1 right now. Yeah. And clutch shooting by the Vikings.
Yeah, if you're Coach Combs from Unioto, you're really struggling, and of course at this point you can't be upset with your guys. You've got to stay calm, so they stay calm and talk to them. But in reality, you have brought River Valley back into this game with your turnovers, with your bad shot selection. You had this game exactly where you wanted it. Up 8, had the ball, spread them out, make River Valley guard, and they went away from it. Give credit, though, to River Valley because they've capitalized. They've taken advantage.
Fitch gets it to Perkins.
There's that screen on the elbow.
They're going to look to get it to Fitch down low. Nobody's with him.
That time, River Valley just tried to double it, switched it a little bit in the rotation. We figured they were going to come back to that elbow screen, little on big.
Ebert going to get blocked. Rejected. 54-51, 3 minutes to go. Fitch has it. Look to see him maybe run the exact same action.
I think the way they shoot free throws, again, yep, same action. You spread the floor.
If you're River Valley, you can have that shot, yep. Unioto.
Yep, absolutely. Again, questionable shot selection by Unioto. They've been so successful driving the ball to the basket, up 3, and they shoot the 3-ball.
Ebert has it for River Valley.
The Shermans are giving River Valley every chance in the book to come back and take this thing.
Ebert to Smith. Chase Smith back to Ebert. Ebert in the corner. Chase Smith from the NBA range. No good. Rebound to Unioto. And Cutright. Fitch has it. Guarded by Weston, and now I tell you what, he's been physical all night, and now they decide to make that call.
Yeah, he gets his first foul of the night. as a cheer erupts from the Unioto side. I mean, anybody in the MOAC or anybody who's played River Valley knows that Sawyer Weston is going to get up into you. He's going to be physical. He's going to use his strength. He's going to body you up. He's done it all night, has been able to get away with it until
Fitch
just now.
Going to come away with it. Almost stolen away.
Another bad shot.
But an offensive rebound. Perkins can't finish, though. Ends up in the hands of Chase Smith. Chase Smith cut off by Fitch up top. Carter Myers will hoist one from deep, and he'll knock it down. We're all square, folks. 2.5 left. How about 18 for Carter Myers?
Huge, huge shot by Myers. And River Valley capitalizes on another mistake.
Hoops looks to get inside, floats, and finishes. Hoops has himself 2 more. He's up to 14. Ebert has it now for River Valley.
Foul situation. River Valley has committed 1 foul, Unioto 3.
How about that shot from Chase Ebert, off balance floater. And we're still all knotted up.
Weston gets another foul. That was such a huge shot because if it doesn't go, you would think Unioto with a 2-point lead would have just held the ball. 1:52 to go. They still may try to hold it, but River Valley is going to extend the floor. Again, River Valley, the more possessions you can get here, the better.
They get it into Perkins. Sawyer Weston is all over Fitch.
He still has fouls to give.
And there's a turnover. Chase Smith has it. 95 seconds remaining. Carter Myers, and you hear Coach Brown saying, hey, pull it out. Let's play our game.
Spread the floor, attack the basket.
Coach Brown going to take a timeout. And, Mark, I ask you this question. It's the Sweet 16. You got 86 seconds left. Are you holding for 1 shot?
Well, if there are any of my former players out there, they're going to tell you right away the answer is yes. At this point, it's Bollinger ball. We're either tied or have the lead. We're going to get layups and free throws, and you're not going to be able to guard us. And with River Valley, the ball handlers that they have and stuff like that, if they want to hold this and get the last one, they can do it. Especially, you know, the other thing is we're not at River Valley on an 84-foot floor. You're here on a college-sized court, big court. There's more space. You can really spread them out and take advantage of it and either drive it for the layup or wait and get fouled. So if it's me, I'm holding it. But I have belief that Coach Brown's going to do what's best for his team. He knows this team better than anybody. How does he want to play it out?
How about 1,600 of you out there watching this game live and free? Can the Vikings pull it off? Or does Unioto pull off the upset? We got 86 seconds left, folks, until we crown a winner.
Well, and, you know,
and maybe more.
The difference in emotions right now, you know, if you're Coach Brown, you got to be feeling great. And if you're Coach Combs on the other side, you probably have a knot in your stomach because of what you've done to give River Valley the opportunities to get right back in it and to give them a ball with the chance.
Chase Ebert has it. Sawyer Weston, they're going 4 corners. Weston gets it to Myers. Coach Brown going to use a timeout. Good timeout. He still has 1 remaining. It's a 14-6 quarter, and if my memory serves me correctly, it's a 14-4 run because it was 50-42, I do believe.
And then it was 52-44. Yep, it was 52-44. Yeah,
it's a 14-4 run for the Vikings.
And again, Unioto, they had this game in hand. Up 8
turnovers
with the ball.
And bad shots.
Yep, absolutely. Bad shot selection is just like a turnover. And he gave River Valley the opportunity, and they've taken advantage.
If you're Coach Brown, you have to execute dribble handoffs here. You cannot have a guy run through for a dribble handoff and end up in a trap and have to call your final timeout at this juncture.
Well, Unioto's only committed 3 fouls. River Valley's only committed 2 in the quarter. So look for Unioto to be aggressive here. They may
Chase
double.
Smith.
Because if I'm Unioto, I'm not letting you hold it for the last one because the ball's going to probably end up in Chase Ebert's hands. Something bad's going to happen, and River Valley's going to win if I'm Coach Combs.
Chase Ebert has it, and we're inside of 60. Ebert loses it, and that'll be a foul on Owen Osting. And now Unioto's got a shot for the final possession.
Now you flip the script. Can Unioto hold it? But again, River Valley's only committed 2 team fouls in this quarter. They can be aggressive. They can be physical.
And Sawyer Weston is going to be all over Blake Fitch.
I'm really curious to see what's going to happen if the ball gets into Blake Hoops' hands. Several times tonight, especially here in the fourth quarter, he has taken shots or made plays that really weren't the play you needed to make. He's made some bad decisions for Unioto.
Cut right has it. Gets it to Zickafoose, back to Fitch. We got 25 seconds left here, folks.
Well, I would think Fitch is going to be the man at the end.
Fitch gets it to Cutright. Cutright with the pass. He can't make it.
Foul.
We're going to have a foul on Owen Osting. Or no, yeah, that'll be Osting's 5th. That is the correct call. He pushed him in the back.
But now things change because what happens now is that was the 4th foul for River Valley. So now the next foul will send them to the line. So if you're Unioto, get the ball. First thing you got to do is you got to get the ball in bounds. They've kind of struggled with that. But then if you're Unioto, get the ball into Blake Fitch's hands. 14 points a game, Conference Player of the Year. Let him make a play in the last few seconds. You either score, get fouled, or you miss and you go overtime.
Luke Axline will come in for Osting.
Here's the thing. I'm not confident enough in Unioto's other guys that they understand that. So if I'm River Valley, when somebody else catches, which they will here, go make a play.
It's Hoops. And now it's Fitch. We got 5 seconds left. Blake Fitch gets all the way inside. It's turned over.
No foul call.
Timeout, Coach Brown with 0.8 seconds left.
Oh,
and there's no
River Valley.
Foul call. They're absolutely, now it could have went one of 2 ways. There could have been a foul. I don't have a replay of it, guys. I'm sorry. There could have been a foul. There could have been a travel. Maybe it's a good no call.
I feel like there was a foul, so I'll go with your explanation. It looked like there was a push that may have caused the travel. But again, Fitch had got the ball, was going downhill. Exactly what Unioto wanted, and River Valley survived it.
They did exactly what they wanted to do. Fitch got downhill. The help side came. River Valley finally rotated correctly for the first time tonight, and now they have .1. Look, they put 1.4 back on the clock.
Well, there's definitely time to catch and shoot.
But you're on the baseline.
Well, that's okay. You know, you have 1.4 left. You've got an opportunity. But if you're River Valley, the other thing you have to do is you have to make sure you get a touch here. Do not throw the ball out of bounds over the top to the other baseline or out of bounds on the sideline where the ball then comes back to being an out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to.
You've got to get a touch.
The
clock has to run.
You got Carter Myers standing at the other foul line.
You know you're going to throw it up to Myers.
The young man
Hello,
can jump
Christian
out of
Leitner.
the gym. That's kind of what ran
Christian
through my
Leitner.
head.
Hey,
they're going to double him.
Can I tell you something? I've known Coach Brown a long time. He's a big Duke guy, all right? He is a Duke fan.
He's got that play etched in his memory.
There is no doubt in my mind that they were thinking Christian Leitner, throw it up, Myers catch it, boom, turn and shoot, or going back to the old Valparaiso days. Throw it up, catch. Oh, here comes our shooter.
Yeah, here comes Chase Ebert, Chase Smith.
Yes.
I mean, name any of them. All 5 of them on the floor right now can shoot it.
Right. Valpo, Bryce Drew.
Yep.
River Valley, who could it be?
We got 1.4 left, and we may have some extra time here tonight, Mr. Bollinger.
Well, we still have 1.4 left. I'm still holding out for a win in regulation. I'll tell you what, and if it gets to overtime, I think it's advantage River Valley.
And, hey, how about the quarterback's
you know
going to inbound it? Chase Ebert will inbound. Carter Myers standing at the opposite side free throw line.
Chase Smith nearest to us.
And I see a lot. They're going to get it in. They're going to get it into Chase Smith. He's going to hoist. It had a shot, folks. We're going to overtime. We got extra basketball coming at you live and free from the Convocation Center. Next.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Back inside the Convocation Center. How about extra basketball in the Sweet 16? 4 minutes on the clock. The Vikings go on a 14-4 run to tie it up, and now we're playing extra hoops.
We're playing extra hoops, and River Valley has some momentum here. Finished on a 12-4 run. Looking at the game situation, though, River Valley, 4 team fouls, so will Unioto spread the floor, attack, try to get to the free throw line? We're going to find out. But again, overtime, we go back to the jump ball. So we'll start with the jump ball. River Valley has scored off of jump ball tips on multiple occasions this year. They're going to try to tip it to Sawyer Weston, look for Axline and Smith
to run down the corners, catch and shoot, or sprint for a layup.
Yep.
Myers and Perkins, center circle. We got overtime.
Well, if you're River Valley, you feel like you've been given second life here, your second chance.
And Carter Myers is going to come out and stay hot. He's got 21 on the evening.
Wow. You talk about the man tonight, Carter Myers, the sophomore, 21 and 11.
Fitch has it for Unioto. He wants to get it to Perkins. Gets it to Hoops. Hoops steps through. Little scoop layup. No good. Comes away with his own rebound, and that'll be a travel call. River Valley basketball.
Well, and now Unioto's behind. You have to play different when you're behind. And again, Hoops takes a shot that I'm not sure you want to take.
Ebert to inbound. Hoops taking several unnecessary shots here during crunch time into the fourth and the first shot in overtime.
Do you remember early in the game when we said he already had 12 points over his season average? He's at 14. He's struggled in the last 17, 18 minutes.
Ebert down low to Axline. To Sawyer Weston. He'll hit that little pull-up jumper.
Possession game.
And that's a 5-0 run, and it's a 5-point ball game now. Vikings jump out
over
ahead.
back.
And that'll be another turnover. Unioto absolutely struggling here in overtime for the first minute.
Over and back. Yep, Unioto is just falling apart.
Ebert Gets it to Chase Smith.
Now your River Valley complete control, up 5, 2-possession game, spread the floor, layups and free throws.
Chase Smith gets it to Axline, down low to Myers. Myers guarded by Fitch. Chase Ebert might have been kicked. It must have went off of the shins. Now Fitch has it for Unioto. Fitch loses it. Axline comes away with it. Coach Brown telling him, slow down.
17th turnover for Unioto.
Sawyer Weston is going to get fouled. The 4th team foul on Unioto. But how about Sawyer Weston and Carter Myers? 38 combined to go along with 6 assists and 15 boards between the two of them. Weston gonna get fouled by Hoops.
I'm surprised. You have 2:21 to go, and you send Weston to the free throw line. Oh, Unioto has to just be sick to their stomach.
Weston rattles out the first.
They're going to have to pull this one out of the hat.
Up 8 with 4 minutes to go were the Shermans.
17-4 run. Self-inflicted injuries.
Perkins catches. Chase Smith almost had the theft. Fitch.
And after that hot start, Unioto settled into what we expected, struggle from the perimeter. So they've got to have 3 possessions at least.
How about the shot by Fitch? The young fella came to play. He's up to 13.
Right, but that's a win for River Valley. You're up by 6. You force a 10-foot fadeaway turnaround jumper to go. You live with that. You still get the ball, 2-possession game. So you're fine with that. Again, for River Valley, it just comes down to 2 minutes to go, up 4. You just have to take care of the ball and make free throws. You do that, you're moving on.
350 of you out there in Facebook. 1,340 of you out there on the YouTube enjoying extra basketball from Ohio University. I tell you what, we got game 2 still to come tonight, and this has turned into an absolutely packed house.
Well, it's a good environment here. The lower bowl of the Convocation Center is pretty full. Got some people scattered up in the top section. But yes, with that next game, you have the new Lexington and Maysville fans that have trickled in. And they're probably also honestly sitting out there upset because nobody, for the most part, gave Unioto a chance.
No.
And if you're New Lex and Zanesville, Maysville, you're probably thinking, oh, yes, River Valley's down by 8. They're going to get upset. We should have a, quote, easier path to the final. Oh, River Valley.
But that'll be an RV turnover. Unforced error. We still got a minute 57 left.
Well, at this point, somebody's got to step up and just take over the game. Carter Myers has done a lot of it tonight.
That ball's tipped. Hoops has it. He'll hoist a deep 3.
Horrible
no
shot.
good. Smith comes away with his 6th rebound of the night. Gets it to Weston. Weston floats, no good. Gets his own rebound. Ebert is going to get fouled by Hoops.
I don't like that shot either from Sawyer Weston. No offensive rebounders in there. You're up by 4. Bring the ball out. They have to foul you.
Chase Ebert with a chance to extend it back to 6.
And I don't – this is hard because I don't want to pile on a young man. But Blake Hoops has just taken some extremely bad shots for the Shermans. Again, another contested three when you just need to get to the basket.
Ebert can't knock down the first. Hoops, the 6'1" senior, doing everything in his power to make sure his season doesn't end. And how about 4 players in double figures for the Shermans?
Well, they've done it all year long. They don't have that one player who's a standout scorer.
Chase misses both.
And
saved. And now Chase going to pick up a foul. And Perkins will go shoot 2 free throws. Not a place you want to put the Shermans if you're River Valley.
Well, and again, just end of game situation. Both teams failing to execute. Unioto taking bad shots at the wrong time by the wrong players. River Valley coming down, not making free throws, then fouling 70 feet from the basket. But it works.
Perkins misses the first, and it's still a 4-point contest. 95 seconds remain.
Does anybody want to win?
He makes the second.
Hudson Pollock checking into the game for
along
Luke
with
Axline.
Isaac Coy for Unioto. Hudson, another one that can jump out of the gym. Chase Smith. He's going to get fouled. We'll take a look at it again.
With everything they've let go tonight.
That's a tough call
yeah,
to see. With the way they've allowed physicality tonight, that's a tough one to see called, especially in a late game situation.
Yeah, the way they've allowed them to play on the other end with Sawyer Westing guarding Fitch. Big break there for the Vikings. Now if Chase can convert.
Misses the first. That's 3 straight. I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring it up. I watched Upper Sandusky lose a district semifinal by missing 5 straight free throws down the stretch to Shelby. River Valley needs one of these to go in.
Chase has too good of a stroke here. There you go.
He does split the pair. Perkins.
I'm not sure. Unioto not getting the ball into Fitch's hands and finally do. A lot of time left here. River Valley just needs a stop. One stop right here.
No good. Ebert's going to come away with it, and that foul will go on Cutright.
I am completely perplexed by what Unioto has done in the last 4 minutes and in overtime. They built the lead multiple times by attacking the basket and getting layups and free throws, and they went away from it. Yep. They're launching threes. You got a minute 20 to go when the possession started. You had no need to just launch threes, and they're chucking it up. I mean, you're doing everything wrong, and now River Valley's making you pay. 2 free throws in a row. See if Chase can get this one.
He does. Fitch. Guarded by Weston.
I'd commit the foul. Don't let him shoot the 3. That's fine. That's fine. Play the free throw game from here on out.
Myers will commit the foul. That's his 3rd. He'll send KB Perkins to the line.
And Perkins is the guy that you want to foul for Unioto. Fitch, Zickafoos, Cutright, Hoops all over 70%. Perkins under.
Nails the first. He's up to 13.
Offense-defense substitution. Hudson Pollock comes in for Axline.
Perkins another one. In and out, Carter Myers with his 12th board of the evening. Ebert almost has it taken away. It is taken away. Ends up in the hands of Hoops. He'll pull up from 3 and knock it down, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Well, he made the 3, and I was just getting ready to say he made another bad decision because he had a wide open shooter, one more. Instead, the senior says, I'm going to make it, and he made that one.
65-63. 41 seconds left. Can the Vikings win?
Absolutely. River Valley, you're still in control. You're up 2. You have the basketball. It's just a matter of executing. Take care of the ball. You know that they're going to come and foul you, so be strong with it. Get the foul. Step to the free throw lines. Make your free throws. Get out of here with a win.
Get out of here and come back on Sunday to play the winner of our next game, Maysville
New Lexington.
and New Lex. New Lex, another one of those shocking teams to be playing down here in the Sweet 16.
Well, New Lex has played a pretty brutal schedule, and their record of 15-10 is a little deceiving because they've played some teams up in Central Ohio area, playing a really, really tough league. They pulled the upset over Meigs.
We got 41 seconds left. Carter Myers has it, and they're going to have to foul. Chase
Smith wants the ball.
Sawyer Weston back to Ebert, back to Sawyer Weston. Ebert again.
They're running clock. This is good for River Valley.
And that foul will get called. It'll send Sawyer Weston to the stripe.
They left a lot of time run off the clock there.
Yeah, it's you were hoping for a steal.
But then you've got to give the foul.
But you have to foul, I think, sooner than that.
Yeah, you take the first double. If you don't get a steal off the double, then you've got to commit the foul.
Weston misses the first. Unioto with a chance.
We'll see how it plays out. Unioto doesn't need a 3. There's plenty of time to get to the basket and score. If you're River Valley, do you commit the foul? If you get up 3 here, do you commit the foul?
Weston knocks down the important one. It's a 3-point ball game. Fitch, we got 20 left.
Just don't foul a 3-point shooter.
Perkins, cut right.
Well, they're obviously going to get the last one and shoot the 3. If River Valley fouls.
Got it to Perkins. Perkins up. Got it to go.
Game's over.
But that's going to do it. River Valley
They don't
doesn't
have any
even have to
timeouts.
inbound. And the Vikings are going to the Elite Eight. 66-65. River Valley's victorious. What a game, folks. We'll have final stats, an MVP interview, and our analysis from this amazing Sweet 16 game after this commercial break.
You're watching high school tournament basketball 100% live and free thanks to all of our generous sponsors. Please support those who support your local athletes.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
think it's time to wake 'em up. They've been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can't move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire out the songs. Let it burn 'em, burn 'em, burn 'em. Got the fire in the bones. Our desires, they become who we are. We go hard, giving up, no we're not. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here, blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. Yeah, the first step is showing up, now we're here. Yeah, the first step is showing up, hear them cheer. Yeah, the first step is showing up, now we're here. We're blowing up, hear them cheer. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. Ruthless, ruthless. Give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Welcome to the Arcelor Mittal MVP player of the game tonight, sophomore Carter Myers. He goes off
for 21 points and 12 rebounds in a thrilling 66-65 victory for River Valley. And Carter, we're going to start off with on the defensive end tonight. You came out in that first quarter and struggled a little bit. Unioto starts making threes. What were you guys thinking?
I mean, they got off to a hot start. We know we had to respond. I think we started off really slow, but then we got it moving later on.
You got moving later on, and some of that was some big shots. You know, Eli Snyder has a big three when you're down 10. Then we come down the other end later in the game. You have a big three. Just talk about the confidence and what it took to get out there and to make those shots in critical moments.
I mean, I knew I could do it. My teammates believed in me. That's all that mattered. We know we can all hit shots, but I was the one who hit them today.
And so talking about your team, just about the composure. You know, you're down 52-44. You know, the pressure's on, and you guys responded. How, you know, what was the team thinking during that time?
I mean, we were down like 8 or 10, but we still believed. We thought we could win still, and we still won it.
And so, you know, first experience making it to the regionals for you, playing on the big court here at the Convocation Center, Ohio. Just talk about that experience, what it was like out there tonight.
I mean, we got to shoot around. It was fun. We got out here. We were out here in the summer just hooping. And that's about it.
Yeah, this summer, for those who don't know, the Vikings came down for team camp. But when you played in here during the summer, you played cross court. You didn't get to play full court. But they did that tonight. Vikings able to pull out a 66-65 victory. You're going to sit back and relax and watch this next one?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We'll be somewhere. I don't know where.
All right, so the Vikings going to be sticking around. Before we get out of here, again, just a great night. Carter Myers hit some huge shots, helped propel the Vikings on their comeback. River Valley comes back and wins 66-65 in overtime. Before we get you out of here, player of the game, looking at camera, any shout-outs you want to give?
Shout out my parents and Owen Osting.
All right, thank you. Again, Carter Myers, our MVP, player of the game. We'll be back after this as we get into the postgame show. River Valley advances with a 66-65 win.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Josh Banks back inside one final time. The Convocation Center where the Vikings come from behind and pull it off 66-65 in OT and move on to the Elite Eight. Mark Bollinger, how do you feel about that one?
Well, it is survive and advance, and that's exactly what they do. River Valley finally gets tested, down 52-44, and they come back and win in overtime. If you're Coach Brown and the Vikings, you are absolutely elated that you're able to pull a win out. If you're Unioto, you are going to go home, and this one is going to hurt for a long, long time. Some bad shot selection cost them. At the end of the game, they didn't realize that they didn't have any timeouts. They shot the 2 when they were down by 3. The clock just ran out. Just really poor end-of-game management at the end of regulation and in overtime. But if you're River Valley, you say thank you very much. We will take it. We're coming back on Sunday.
We're going to take a look at some final stats. First for Unioto, 13-2, 7 threes, 22 rebounds, 17 turnovers. They commit 15 fouls, and they go 18 of 23 from the stripe. For the Vikings, 13 twos, 8 threes, 25 boards, only 11 turnovers, 12 fouls, and they go 15 of 22 from the stripe. One extra 3-ball is the reason for a River Valley victory tonight.
Well, that 3-ball is the difference, and then as we said, River Valley just struggled early. Unioto had multiple chances to put it away, and they didn't. And when you give a team life, sometimes it can come back to haunt you. And give credit to River Valley. When they looked down and out, they took advantage of the Unioto mistakes and were able to get themselves in a position to get to overtime, and then they took care of things and won it in overtime.
You see the score by quarter. Unioto wins the first quarter 23-15, and then we go 17-10, 17-10, back-to-back third and fourth, and then a 24-15 fourth quarter in overtime, including a huge 14-4 run to allow overtime to be forced by River Valley. And Mark, the Vikings are in the Elite Eight.
They're in the Elite Eight. First time they've been in the Elite Eight since 1975. So congratulations to the Vikings. Let's see if they can get it done on Sunday. Looks like they'll take on the winner of this game. Most people think it's probably going to be Maysville, who made a run to the state Final Four last year. But we'll see. You never know in tournament. River Valley didn't play their best game, but they were able to get through. Congratulations to a Unioto team on a good season, and give them credit. They played well and battled tonight in a game that many didn't expect would be even that close.
So, the Vikings survive and advance. Thank you to all of our amazing sponsors: Premier Optometry Group, Mathews Auto Group, Arcelor Mittal, Krista Smith, the Agency Real Estate Group, North Central State College, Pinnacle Builder Services, Spherion Mid-Ohio, the beautiful Convocation Center at Ohio University, and, of course, to the OHSAA for allowing us to bring you this Sweet 16 game live and free. I have Brandon Powell on camera with me tonight, Mark Bollinger on color. I'm Josh Banks. Everybody, stay safe. Have a great rest of your week, a great weekend. We got Downton tomorrow night. We got Colonel Crawford Saturday, and then we're right back here for River Valley Sunday. So we got plenty of hoops left on the OH report before our season's done.
That sounds good, and let's hope that those local teams of ours can take care of business and punch their ticket to the Final Four.
Hey, until you guys hear from me again, Ohio, stay safe. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, and have a great rest of your night.